And welcome back. Hour number 2 about your house. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Spotify, whatever else we're on. I'm not sure, but just go there and see. Coming at you from the Toolbox, podcast studio here. I got Landon Fiel in the studio this morning with me. Hour number 2. We talked about the opportunities in the trade careers. Hour number 1. This hour, we're going to talk about stuff. Yep, all kinds of stuff. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the weather. Today's weather should be partly cloudy, 61 degrees, high of 61. This past week's been in the 50s. Great weather, beautiful weather, actually. Going to be in the 60s all week, pushing up in 60s, mid-60s, upper 60s, as well as the mid-50s. Great remodeling weather, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you like the cold weather, Landon?
Hated it.
Why do you hate it? Remind you of home?
Yeah.
Where you were born? You were born where?
I was born in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yes, sir.
You ever want to go back and live in Wisconsin?
Occasionally. Then you start working in the snow and you're like, nah.
The snow isn't that good. So you grew up with a lot of snow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, did you enjoy the ice and snow we've had in the past week or so? You said you didn't like it.
In terms of working in it, no. But,
cheap thrill.
yeah.
Yeah, a little snow. It's been a couple years since you saw good snow, hasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen this much snow since I moved down here.
Well, believe it or not, I hadn't seen that much snow since you've been down here. Our weather patterns lately have not been very wintry, but so be it. It is what it is, But you're listening to About Your House this hour. I'm going to talk to Landon here about, what he's doing. He's an 18-year-old young man, been homeschooled, and I'm going to talk about his vantage point about what he's experienced in his life and how kids of today, for example, take this smartphone. Landon, what's your point of view on smartphones?
In the field, it's a great tool. The infinite knowledge in those phones.
You use your phone much in your work?
Yeah.
What do you do with your phone in your work, if you don't mind me asking? You're the first person I've ever interviewed this way, by the way. I've never asked, an 18-year-old. Rarely do I ever have the opportunity to sit down and talk to an 18-year-old young man or young lady, for that matter. I do from time to time, but it's rare. So today I'm going to take the opportunity to ask you somewhat personal questions about your point of view on things.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I'm an old man and I look at it from the old school point of view, and I'm not up to date on the right way, the wrong way, if that makes any sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
So what do you find useful about a smartphone out in the field every day, day to day?
The main use I see is looking up codes. So, the code book is vast. There's a lot in there. And
there is, you're right.
And
very detailed, too.
It is, yeah. And certain situations where you're like, I don't know if that's going to be in code, instead of having to whip out the big old code book, you can just look up your scenario and it'll tell you what code you're.
So it works pretty well?
It does, I'd say.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You got any other tidbits of how you use it?
For complex...
Do you use the Wallabot? You know what I'm talking about? They got apps now. You can find studs and things in the wall. You can find pipes in the wall. Have you ever used any of those apps?
On your phone? No.
Yeah, well...
I didn't actually know that was a thing.
You didn't know about them?
No, I did not know about
No, they
that.
got Wallabots or whatever. You can just download the app. You might probably have to pay for it, which that's fine. And it'll literally x-ray the wall. You can see copper pipes, electrical wires, various things in the wall. So you don't use that?
No.
I don't either,
I prefer, we use it's a Bosch stud finder.
Okay.
But it's also for obviously wood studs, metal studs, copper pipe, like you said, cast iron, PVC. You can see all of them in the wall.
Right. You got any tools?
Yeah.
That are Landon's tools?
Yeah.
What color tools you got?
Red.
You got red tools. In the industry, if you don't know what red tools are, you're not really in the industry. Really. So more trade-specific tools are red, and red being Milwaukee. Now I got a question for you. We got a workplace out here.
Yep.
You didn't see many tools in it, did you? Not yellow or red, did you? All right, here we go. We're taking off. What color we need to go with?
Depends on the application.
Well, you heard what we're doing. We're doing electrical. We're doing plumbing. We're going to be doing HVAC. We're going to be doing welding. We're going to be doing carpentry. I pose my question again. What color should I go with?
I'd go with red.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And hopefully red will work with us. Milwaukee, we need you. We need you. Actually, in all honesty, we need both of you. And there's the raw facts of life. Why should this be a competitive thing? Because there's room for both of us on the playing field. Don't you believe?
I'd say. I see the whole spectrum of tools on the job sites.
Milwaukee tools are more trade specific, being that they've got specialized tools for varying trades. They got wire strippers. They got wire nut turners, spinners. They got, oh, gee whiz, tubing cutters, tubing polishers, tubing sanders. They got all kinds of groovy tools. And in the trades, the tools are the toys.
That's right.
But you got all red. You went out and bought red tools.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Personally, I find them to just be more reliable.
Well, DeWalt being the yellow tool, and I can talk about them open and freely. I've got a set of DeWalt 20-volt battery tools that I love very much. But if I could buy a package deal with Milwaukee, I would have gone red. But there again, my DeWalt tools are very, 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 very good tools, very dependable. I have no complaints whatsoever about my DeWalt tools. None. Not at all. I just think that, well, they need to be more trade-specific oriented or driven, like Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you agree?
I agree. It's more for the step down from professional work, in my opinion.
Yeah, you might say that. And it's all got something to do with cost, too. And now, let's back up a little bit. Speaking of the pathways and career opportunities in the trades, you got to have tools. And that's your major expense, wouldn't you say? Going into the trades, your biggest expense, really, other than, what's the best tool you got? The biggest tool you got?
The biggest tool we have?
Yeah.
That big old, that grinder wheel that we have?
Nope.
Or a jackhammer?
Nope. You drove it here. What is it?
Truck.
A truck.
Yeah.
What's the second most important tool you have every day?
Yourself.
Right here. You can't live without communicating. Am I right or wrong?
You're not wrong.
And you can't do your job without communicating day to day. That's why I say every day, to every meeting I go to, what's the most important thing we're going to do today? It's communicate. I had 2 meetings this past week with other nonprofits on the development of this toolbox. Without those meetings, we wouldn't be near as far on the progression ladder as we are. Communicating is absolutely essential to a good plan. If we don't communicate well, we can't plan well. So remember that. Telephones, smartphones, as much as I'll sit here and criticize them. And by the way, I got to talk about this a minute. Sweden, just recently, Sweden have outlawed cell phones, smartphones in schools. Yeah, and they're changing the whole protocol behind smartphones in the internet over in Sweden. Hallelujah, it's happening somewhere on the planet. Now I'm going to ask you, of course, you haven't been in public schools a lot. You have been, but you haven't been in them a lot. What do you think the policy ought to be around smartphones?
They should be put up during class for sure. That's the bare minimum. bare minimum. But I think they could also be a vital tool if used correctly.
They are a great tool, but they're also very interruptive, and they're very disruptive. I said interrupted. They're disruptive. They're very disruptive, and they should be eliminated from the classroom. That's my point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got parents saying, but I want my son or daughter to be safe and be able to communicate with me. Well, between breaks they can. Between breaks they can. I mean, that's the way it ought to be. I never had a phone in school. Never day one did I have a phone in school. Never. Why would I have a phone in school? I'm in school, for Pete's sake. I'm not on my job. I'm not doing anything. I'm in school to learn, not to play on my phone. And then with technology being what it is, and I had the wonderful opportunity to talk into a classroom about the opportunities in the trades. And I noticed that everything in that classroom was on a laptop. Everything in teaching is around laptops. Am I right or wrong?
Not wrong.
So is a smartphone and a laptop essentially the same thing?
Essentially, in a sense, yeah.
In a sense, they are, right? Yeah. But the smartphone being on a more personal level than the laptop, right?
I can agree.
More connectivity to your personal info, right?
Yeah.
So, and bottom line is, smartphones ought to be eliminated from the classroom. They're very disruptive. They don't add anything to the agenda other than confusion. I mean, help me if I'm wrong here, folks. And also, the kids are addicted. It's a big problem. I mean, a big problem. And you talk about learning, what are you learning on your smartphone? Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing. They need to be eliminated. So you think, bottom line is, they just need to be eliminated from the classroom?
Essentially, I'd say.
I think they need to be put in a box at the door. That way it minimizes any desire, let's just say. But these kids can't do it. They can't be without their smartphones. They're addicted. I wish parents and teachers and educators would see the severity in it and set policy accordingly, because it's really doing damage to our kids, unfortunately. Now, then you could say, well, what right do you have to tell me this? What right? None. Not at all. And, you can take offense to anything I say, which a lot of people might. I don't care, but I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm all for safety and the well-being of our kids. I love them, each and every one of them. They're all geniuses. We just need to tap into what their genius is about, Like your sister. Mm. Your sister likes to bake.
Yeah.
She's 14 now?
14.
She's the baby, right?
She is, yeah. She's the youngest.
She's 14. She's homeschooled?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So what grade is she in now? Equivalent to?
I think 7th.
7th grade?
I think so.
Okay. Does your brother in
cybersecurity?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also homeschooled.
Also homeschooled. What? I'm just curious if he's in cybersecurity. Does he study that now? I mean, at 16?
He's in college, actually. He's in the same program that I went into.
So he's in the virtual college in Rowan County?
His whole thing, yeah. The difference between my program and his is all virtual. But...
Well, now, for cybersecurity, that might not be a bad thing.
Not.
Because you're on the computer anyway.
Right, yeah.
So it would be more in touch with the reality of cybersecurity, being that you're on a laptop anyway.
Yeah, but when it comes to classes like he has to take an ethics class, because obviously if you go the wrong way in cybersecurity, you can end up in a pretty bad area.
Sure you can.
I think ethics should be in person.
Right. Gotcha. So he'll graduate probably before 18.
Yeah, because he's only going for a certificate.
Now, a certificate. Let's talk about that a minute. Mm-hmm. Certificates. We live in a land of certifications. We live in a land of validation through paper. Diplomas, degrees, certificates. Mm-hmm. They don't mean squat about what you know. Sorry, no offense. Would you agree with that?
I completely agree with it. I say all the time that it's about your experience. Nobody's going to hire you off of a piece of paper. It's about your experience.
And that is the misnomer. That is the misinformation you're getting as a student, that you need to be certified. No, you don't. You don't need to be certified. You need to have drive and motivation and the desire and passion for whatever you're doing. That right there is what you need. And it's not on a piece of paper. You can get a certification. All that does is really just signify that you went to a class and you passed the test.
Yeah.
Basically it.
Yeah, there is benefits to it though. Like you will start out in a higher, you'll get paid more starting out because it is recognized.
It is.
But there's more. I mean, you spend how many years of your life on it?
I just don't think it's a realistic expectation of aptitude. I might be wrong here, but just because you've got a certificate doesn't mean you're good at it. Doesn't give you any recognition, or it's just it's part of the culture we live in now, and it's not working. Do you see what I'm getting to here?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
For example, I talked to a man the other day at a meeting, an older fella. He wanted to learn blueprint reading. He wanted to learn how to read blueprints because he wanted to learn how to estimate. And blueprint reading is all about math, basically. Wouldn't you agree?
Pretty much.
It's just about math. And there again, you need to know how to read a tape measure and understand tape measure reading, because that's what blueprints are all about, right? Well, he took a course online, okay, at CPCC because of COVID, had to be online, and he took the whole course, did well on his test, got certified, still can't read blueprints.
Nope.
But yet he's certified, got a certificate. He's official blueprint reading course, but still doesn't understand how to read blueprints because he didn't work in a classroom environment with other people, interactive, learning how to read blueprints.
I mean, I think we shouldn't have online classes in general. I mean, how up until the 20th century, I mean, it was in person every day.
The only time we learn as human beings, and this is the point to what we're talking about, the only time we truly learn is when we apply. There's no other way, and you can't apply. Well, you took project, what'd you take in college?
Construction management.
Construction management. How in the world can you get a full background knowledge of construction management on a computer?
Can't.
There's no way. No way. You can get some theory and some basic knowledge, but it's basic at best. Wouldn't you say that?
Basic, yeah. Definitely basic at best.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, we're not giving our children opportunities that are tremendous benefits to life, and that's the trades. We're teaching them how to go to college and learn how to be fit in the box.
True.
Isn't that what you learn in college, how to fit in the box, basically?
Pretty much.
Yeah. And whether you learn it online or you learn it in a classroom, you're learning how to fit in the box. And in the trades, you learn, actually, the best tradespeople are the ones that roam outside the box.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
I can't stand being in the box.
That's exactly why I chose trades.
You heard it. There's an 18-year-old right there. That's why he chose this avenue of approach. But we're not giving that to our kids. We're feeding them the college route, the college pathway. Go to college, get a degree. A degree in what? Now, there again, it sounds like I'm criticizing college. Well, you picked up on my message, didn't you? Yep, I'm criticizing it because it's not working. If it worked, I'd be all over it, but it's not working. It works for some. 90% of the people that go to college and get a college degree do not use that degree in their career pathway. That ain't me talking. That is not my facts. That is Harvard, MIT, and other educational institutions have done these studies. So, what we're going to do, we got to teach our kids other pathways. And believe me, it'll benefit you. It'll benefit you beyond your wildest dreams, because it's nice to have a handyman in the house.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like to fix?
I'm plumbing work mostly.
Plumbing?
I do like to, whenever something springs a leak, I do like to fix that.
You like it?
Adjusting toilets, just like the basic maintenance items, I guess you could say.
Right. You know, you can fix, if you're a plumber, you can make $250 in a quick minute just by going to fixing a commode. And a commode, a water closet, whatever you want, a technical description you want to call it. But a commode is very easy to fix, right?
Very.
Very. But yet, most people don't want to touch it because it's dirty. Ooh, it's nasty. It's a commode. Ooh. Well, in actuality, it's probably one of the cleanest appliances in your house except for the bowl. Right? Wouldn't we agree? You keep it clean in the water in the tank, that little brown deposit you see around most tank content, that's just in your everyday drinking water, because that water in that tank is potable, drinkable, clean water, believe it or not. But most people think it's yucky. Ooh, it's in the commode, it's yucky water. Nope, that's clean water.
I would add on to that, as it's been pushed that if you do one thing wrong, you end up with this much damage, and you'll end up with this much and this much. It's a scare tactic, I guess you could say.
Fear.
Exactly.
Fear. It's the number one motivating weapon they use in our culture today, is fear. Public schools, fear. Kids are afraid to ask questions because they don't want to look stupid. Right?
Yeah.
Kids are afraid to ask questions because they're afraid of being wrong. They're afraid across the board. The fear factor in kids in our public school systems are deplorable. They fear, it stands in their way, it cripples them. Have you seen that in school?
I see it all the time, yeah.
You see it in everyday life, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
18-year-old young man here. Luckily, I've got him in the studio here, and I want to thank your father and mother for letting you come in today. Not that it was their decision.
Yeah.
But they do employ you.
They do.
And so you're here.
Yep.
And I'm glad you came.
Glad to be here.
Glad you took the time. Because rarely do I get an 18-year-old perspective on things around what we do. What we do.
I feel the only thing is, I don't think there's very many people like me that share the same perspective, which also it ties also back again to the fear factor.
That's why you're here. If we can throw this edition of About Your House out there and change a kid's life, or change actually a parent's point of view around the trades, if they could do that, their child would live a happier, more purpose-filled life. And people say, well, what's wrong with getting a degree and getting out in the workplace? It teaches you various social skills and life skills. No, not true. Life does that to you. Life. Now, I could ask, and I have asked, Richard Cunningham, he runs my board over here. I've asked him many times about all this. He would agree. Wouldn't you agree? You got a mic?
I would agree for the most part, yeah. I think there is the return on investment is not as much as you would like, I would say, for a lot of people with degrees, especially nowadays. I think it's transitioning a little bit more in the sense that people are realizing it's not worth it. Tuition's going higher and higher with inflation and everything. People are kind of waking up and realizing that it's really not worth it, and the people that do have degrees don't make as much money as the people that don't. And I know you talk about money and all that, but I mean, you got to have money to live.
You got to have money to live.
So,
but certainly find something you love to do.
I think the landscape's changing a little bit, and I think for good. I mean, it should,
right?
Because a lot of people have been sold a lie or whatever you want to call it.
Scam.
You can call it that too, Ray. But lie works for me. Teach their own.
I hear you. But the fact is, we got to offer a more productive, beneficial life construction, not a career pathway. Excuse me, my words aren't coming out. A career pathway. But it's crazy. All right, you're in the home improvement business now.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of jobs do y'all do?
Anything anybody wants. Right now, we're just finishing up a whole home renovation which includes an ADA bathroom, an ADA bedroom.
Tell them what ADA means.
I can't remember. What is the exact?
Accessibility and Disabilities Act.
There you go.
Somebody that's disabled or limited, you might say, in mobility.
Wheelchair bound.
Yep, you got it. Accessibility.
It also.
So y'all did a complete universal design job. You ever heard that term?
Yes.
Universal, that's ADA as well. So y'all did a complete renovation on the house, ADA. That was interesting.
Oh, yeah. That also ties back to the phones. You don't really just have that information on site with you. You got to look it up. You got to look up what the certain code is.
And codes are required on ADA to give full certification in full. Of course, more rules.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do curb-free shower?
Yep. Lower countertops, curb-free shower. Yeah.
You learned a lot on that job, didn't you?
This is the second one we've done.
Really?
Yeah.
So you came as a referral probably because of your universal design capabilities, maybe?
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it's possible.
Got it. Now, who did that job, Home Theory or Beyond Home Services?
Beyond Home Services. Beyond Home Services is the construction side of the company.
Gotcha. The licensed general contractor side.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Got it. How many jobs y'all got going on now?
Right now, this time of year, it's normally slow for the residential side of construction. So right now, I think we have 3 going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to have more than that, but we have some people, life happens. People
All right.
cancel.
What's the biggest challenge running a remodeling business that you've been privy to working in a family business right now? Because we all have our challenges in business. What's your greatest challenge as a business?
Finding reliable people, finding good people that know what they're doing.
Right.
Or people that will stay.
To learn more about what they're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Really. So the common theme is finding good people.
Yeah, that's the main challenge. It's not, our quality of work is top tier. It's just trying to find people that hold the same standard that we do. Right.
I understand it totally. I'll tell a quick story about that. I did a complete home renovation down in Waxhaw one time. We took out, there was a big fireplace in the middle. The older homes, I'm talking about old house, built in the 30s or 40s, really old farmhouse, had a big chimney in the middle of 2 rooms. We took the whole chimney out all the way from the ground to through the roof and out of the house. We replaced it. We took the whole wall that was a part of that chimney out between 2 rooms and opened the whole floor up. Well, we ran crown mold. In the whole house, okay? Well, it was crown mold put in day, installation day. So at the end of the day, I said, I'm going to run by and check out, what it looks like. I went by and walked in the room, and I looked up, and I said, who put this crown mold up? One guy said, I did. I said, take it all back down. He says, why? I said, it's upside down. He put the crown mold in upside down. And then I said, it's upside down. He says, well, the homeowner didn't notice it. I said, I don't care if the homeowner noticed it or not. I did. It's wrong. Take it down and turn it around. Well, you realize what that's going to take? Yeah, I'm the one paying for it. Yeah, I know what it's going to take. Well, to your point of view, to your point, he obviously didn't know what he was doing, did he?
Mm-mm.
Well, I fired him.
Yep.
I fired him that day because he wanted to sit there and argue with me about why we needed to take it down. I wasn't there to argue with you. And not only did he argue with me, He went back at the end of the day and stole my Senco's trim nail guns. And you wonder what we deal with in the trade industry, in construction. But he did. He went and stole my Senco nail guns, 2 of them, because I made him take or fired him. I don't know what he was mad about, but I fired him, but he wanted to sit there and argue with me. These are the kind of man problems, ego problems. You ever seen that yet?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty rampant, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. If you have an ego problem, you really have an ego problem.
I like that. Yep, and they're pretty prevalent, aren't they?
Yeah, all the time. That's why you can't find good people. So everybody's really just got an ego. They think they know best.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, I've run across that quite a bit. And then you deal with the ones that says you reprimand them, or you not necessarily reprimand, but you have a teachable moment where you say, I mean, in every job, I mean, you're 18. You're not the teacher, are you?
No.
You're not going to own that, are you?
Mm-mm.
But there will become a time like coping.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
With coping, because how many good carpenters out there that claim they're good carpenters don't cope?
Good amount of them.
Exactly.
And you can make a 45-45. Congratulations, right?
And you can make that. Yeah, that's easy. But can you? How about you, Kevin? You know how to cope?
I haven't done it much.
Yeah, but have you done it?
I have done it.
Okay, cool. Coping's an art. It really is.
Say it again.
Oh, excuse me. I said I haven't done it much, but I have done it.
Yep. Well, Kevin works with me from time to time. We got a few things to go out and do tomorrow. So he's switching up gears. He's been various places in life and done many different things. Very, very broad things too. A lot of stuff. But he gravitates to working with his hands and his mind, and it gives him the most joy and purpose. So he's latching onto the trades. And that's the great thing about working with your hands. You know, the more you do, the more you want to do. The more you learn, the more you want to learn. It's a contagious, to me, it's, man, you put a tool, and here's the bottom line to teaching our youth. They don't know what they don't know. They really don't. And if you put a table full of tools, which I've done many times, full of tools at a trade day or a career day, just by virtue of having a table with tools on it, kids come up and say, what's this for? Because they've never seen tools. They don't even know how to operate them. So what are we going to do? Show them tools. I want you to have somebody to call, folks, about your house repairs, about knowledge around how to fix a plumbing sink. Right now, in the toolbox here, we've got so many teachable moments. We need help here getting involved in setting up this space to teach our youth, to teach other people, to teach women that are single parents how to do repairs around their house. And hopefully this will inspire the kids as well. You know, but we need teachers. Where are we going to find our teachers? We got big problems. You've got the problems. I hadn't got long to be around on this planet, relatively speaking. You got the problems. All I'm trying to do with Put Tools in Schools, we are. Board of Directors met last night, had a great meeting, set up directives for this year. The toolbox is our directive. Trades career days are our directive. Now I'm going to ask you something. Mm-hmm. Don't you think if we get in, not if, when we go to schools, if we engage the kids with activities, hands-on activities, and give them some excitement, that works?
Absolutely.
It not only works for the kids, it works for the teachers as well. I've had teachers come up to me and say, do you think it's too late for me to change careers? I mean, and I say, no, it's not too late. It's never too late. Depends on. Another rule, do not chase money. Chase a beautiful, wonderful career pathway that you enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Would you agree to that?
I agree. I mean, there's so many other fields that I can go into that guarantee me $250,000 a year in 10, 20 years.
But then that's about the money.
But then it's about the money, exactly.
Right.
Then you're chasing money, you'll never find happiness.
18 years old. That's why he's here, folks. Wise. And you know what? The funny thing is, he's no different from all the other 18-year-olds. He's just another one. They're all in the same bracket. They want to find contentment, happiness, self-fulfillment, self-esteem, positive attitude, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you find that? Where do you find it? One, I hate to go to this route, but functional families is a way where you can go home and talk to your parents about life. That's missing in a lot of situations. You're fortunate there. You've got a functional family, right?
Indeed, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Go ahead.
Do you eat dinner together?
Yes, every night.
Every night?
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a concept. I love it. Have dinner tonight together as a family. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right? What do you talk about? Just general things?
What happened throughout the day?
So y'all have...
How your day was, yeah.
Are the phones at the table?
Very rarely.
That's awesome.
My dad's the one who normally cooks, and by him cooking, he's teaching me as well, because I've taken it up as well.
You like to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Therefore, you like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking's a lot like eating.
Mm-hmm.
It's enjoyable, right?
Very.
So Eric cooks a lot.
Yeah.
He cooks. So Mom doesn't like to cook. Not her forte. Well,
no.
that's okay.
But there's reasons for it.
Whatever the reason.
Yeah.
It works for them. Look, I'm not here criticizing ladies that don't like cooking because, hey, not everybody likes to cook. You know, I love to cook. I enjoy it, and therefore we're going to teach cooking over here at the Toolbox as well. We're not only going to teach cooking, we're going to teach nutrition, because it's not what you eat, it's what you eat in a nutritional sense to your body, because if you don't know what you're eating, why are you eating it? I mean, half the food most Americans consume in America today they're not good for you. They're bad for you. Like bread. Everybody loves bread, don't they? Loves bread. Bread is not good for you. Milk. Milk is not good for you. Not the way they sell milk. Now, you could argue with that. A lot of people say, well, he don't know what he's talking about. You're right. I don't know anything. You're right. I don't know nothing. But you do the research. I did, and I have. So we got to teach that to the kids. Have you noticed how many people are overweight? Have you noticed that? If you hadn't, you're not really paying attention. You're not. Because over 60% of the people in this country, really that's a conservative number, are overweight and obese. So why do you think that is? They're eating too much? It's not what they're eating, it's how they're eating. It's how they're eating. We need to teach our kids that. You seem to be pretty healthy.
Yeah, I try. I would elaborate a little bit more on the
Well,
bread.
talk to me. You're here to talk.
The bread and milk part. Bread and milk, at their core, are not it's not unhealthy. It's the processes that go into making them.
Thank you.
For example, I went over to France, where their food system is astronomically better.
Oh, gosh.
Bread?
Oh, absolutely.
Bread over there,
It's different.
It's eaten every day. And I tell you what, I didn't see a single person overweight. Not a single one.
That's because of the content of the bread.
Exactly.
Doesn't have glyphosate in it, which I've said for many, 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 many years. Glyphosate is a killer. They spray it on all wheat, barley, grains. In this country, all mass-produced grains, including wheat, flour, are sprayed with glyphosate. It makes the process of agriculture cheaper and more productive. Therefore, it's a bottom line kind of thing. And we're spraying our agriculture soybeans. I mean, I can go on and on and on about what is in glyphosate. Bottles of wine, they test wine in this country arbitrarily. And the vast majority of the wines in this country all have glyphosate in them. They're tainted. Like it or not, you don't have that in Europe.
Mm-hmm. They don't. They have a standard.
Yep. They do. So why don't we teach our kids this? I think we should. We are here at the Toolbox because we're going to have cooking classes. That's down the road a little bit. And I want to thank Queen City Home Store for supplying the vent hood and certain cooking elements to our to the Toolbox here, as well as the monitors. Queen City Home Store, been in business in Charlotte since 1952. Do the math, that's 74 years. 74 years, easy for me. 1952. Queen City Home Store, your one-stop shop for about any furniture, mattress, bedding, appliances, home video, home theater, you name it. Queen City Home Store. Go on Queen City Online, see them. Many, many locations throughout the Carolinas. Best price, guaranteed. Give them a call. That's Queen City Home Store. And other sponsors, we got Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions, supplying any foundation ailment you may have, be it crawl space, sinking floors, sinking sidewalks, patios, water intrusion, crawl space encapsulation. Two boys got together right out of college and knew there was a problem with the let's just say the ethical practices of some companies in Charlotte Metro doing foundation repair. They're a great company, honest, transparent, fully transparent, not there to sell you, there to educate you. That's rhinoliftfoundations.com. Owens Chimney Systems, been in the Carolinas for over 30 years. All technicians, certified chimney sweeps. All of them, including Miss Christina Thielen. She is the CEO now. Second generation, I might add. Female chimney sweep. That's OwensChimneySystems.com. Give them a call. Then Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Every house. And by the way, every sponsor on this show, every sponsor is involved with supporting Put Tools in Schools. Not only that, also have training and apprenticeship programs with various companies that support About Your House and Put Tools in Schools. So beware, all sponsors, including Queen City Home Store, they hire and train appliance installers, technicians, sales, interior design. Great company, and every company sponsoring this show has a learning, training, apprenticeship, or internship program. And there again, just because it doesn't have an apprenticeship program doesn't mean you don't want to work for the company. It means you want to go and see what they have to offer you in growth in the future. Certifications are not necessary, once again, in all trades. That's a misnomer. That's put out there by all the educational institutions. And also, wherever you might find a certification or apprenticeship, normally it's got a cash flow associated with it. It's a money-making proposition. That's not what you're interested in. What you're interested in is learning. So, all right, sponsors. I was focusing on my sponsors. Don't forget Kilo Exterminating. Kilo Exterminating being a pest control company, not out to sell anything but to protect you from water, loving insects. And you know, every insect out there has got to have water to survive, most of all termites. We're going to have a show here in the very near future about pest control as we move into the summer months. That's when you have a transition coming from the inside and moving outside, and the infestation of waterborne insects. And we're going to talk about that in depth. So that's Kilo Exterminating, kilo.biz. And another company that sponsors the program, Put Tools in Schools, I want to give mention to is S&N Infrastructure. S&N Infrastructure, Brian Morehouse on the program last Saturday. If you didn't catch the show, go to YouTube. It's in the archive catalog, and it was last week's show. That's S&N Infrastructure, Brian Morehouse. Great company supporting Put Tools in Schools efforts, also teaching women about infrastructure opportunities in the trades. Great company. That's S&N Infrastructure. If you're interested in looking in the possibilities of working in fiber optics, electrical infrastructure, great career opportunities, S&N Infrastructure. We got to have power. We got to have internet. There you go. So I've got Landon Fiel in the studio with me this this Saturday, every Saturday, on Fox Sports Charlotte. This Saturday, got Landon in the studio with me talking about, well, he's an 18-year-old young man just getting out of school, getting his feet planted in the ground, headed for a career pathway. And if you had to summarize where you're headed, what are you going to do 5 years from now?
Hopefully construction manager.
Construction manager. What's that look like?
That looks like building out schedules, ordering materials, handling crews, and responding directly to the GC/owner.
What do you think the hardest thing about today's remodeling task are? And you've already stated finding help. Mm-hmm. Is that the hardest problem? What about the building inspection process? What about just day-to-day operations?
In the inspections part, it depends on your county, but it could be better because occasionally we will wait up to 3 days just to have an inspection done. Even like a simple one, like an insulation inspection, we might have to wait 3 days for it.
So that's 3 days y'all can't do anything further.
Exactly. We can't put
the brakes are on.
Mm-hmm.
And understand that inspection department, you got to play the game. If you're doing a complete whole home remodeling or a partial remodeling, certain permits could be required. Certain permits would not be required, depending on the extent of your job, right? Mm-hmm. If it's structural or if it's non-structural, no walls to be removed or whatever, you may not need a general permit, right? Construction permit. You're probably going to need electrical.
Yep.
You pretty much pull an electrical permit on every job, don't you?
Yep, everyone.
Well, that was a good answer,
yeah.
Quick answer. Plumbing inspections, they're not required on every job, are they?
Not on any job that you're not doing plumbing on.
So if you touch any plumbing, you got to permit it?
Mm-hmm. What's got to be inspected?
Well, that's permitted.
Yeah.
If you permit it, you're going to get it if you're going to get it inspected, you got to permit it. Mm-hmm. What about HVAC?
Yeah, you got to get that.
Everyone?
Mm-hmm. Everything.
Everything. So y'all pretty much general contract everything and just put a blanket permit on it.
Yep, everything is subcontracted out. All of our
trades.
Exactly, all of our trades.
Infrastructure trades.
I will add on to the inspections part.
Yes.
It's also the fact that you are waiting for 3 different inspectors. Like we don't have a general inspector.
In all counties, it's the same that way. Because I was under the impression that they had changed years ago into a one-man, like remodeling required, they just had one inspector that would inspect all trades.
So it depends because sometimes you'll get guys that haven't been there for long enough. So the way it works is these guys have to get certified to be able to inspect it.
Right.
So it depends. Are these guys going out of their way to ask, hey, I'll go get certified so I can inspect this? Like, for example, we have one inspector that can inspect our insulation, plumbing, electrical, and framing.
There you go.
So he does it all. But it's honestly too common that you'll have one inspector for insulation. You'll have one inspector for plumbing and electrical because normally those are combined. And you'll have one inspector for framing.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Where's most of y'all's work at? Which county?
Mostly in the Mecklenburg County.
So you're in Mecklenburg County mostly?
Mostly, yeah. I see it, yeah.
How's the inspection department in Meck?
In Meck?
What's your feelings?
Not great.
In what way? And the only reason I'm not asking you to corner the inspection department or criticize them. The bureaucracy of our governmental agencies in the building industry does the best they can, and they do a relatively good job. However, it's always changing, is it not?
It is always changing, and I wouldn't put it all on the inspectors themselves.
That's right.
I've talked with a couple of them, and the amount of stuff they have to do, the amount of jobs they have to get to during the day is crazy. They have to build their own schedules. They're not just given. They're given the locations of jobs, but they have to build their own routes. So I think if they had a set team that built the routes, kind of like a subcontractor, right?
Sure.
Right? You have your head
Right.
that does all the scheduling. If you had one guy doing it, I think it would run I think it would run better.
Well, when they ask you, call me and let me know, okay?
All right.
You know, but it's part. I wanted to bring that up because it's a major part of any construction job is handling the inspection processes and dealing with the inspection departments. How many red flags y'all get?
Very few.
Very few.
Very few. We rarely fail an inspection.
That's awesome. That's preparation there.
Yeah.
That's good subs too.
I was going to say we pick good subs.
Well, you got to have good subs. How many electricians you gone through? I know you got
5 of them at least.
See,
At least.
I didn't ask him if he went through them. I said, how many did you go through? Because it's SOP, standard operational procedure, to go through many subcontractors to get the right company that fits your company.
And our electricians that we've had them for, I think, a year and a half, 2 years now, and they're amazing. Hot Electric, awesome guys.
What's the name?
Hot Electric.
Ha?
H-O-T-T, Hot Electric.
Hot, H-O-T-T, Hot Electric.
Great guys.
Great electricians are hard to come by. Great ones, I'm saying, great ones. Most of them want to argue with you. Am I right or wrong, Brandon?
Not wrong.
You know, and they're the sloppiest subs on the job. Am I right or wrong?
Also right.
They don't know how to handle brooms. They're not trained well in broom operation. Electricians are notorious slobs, right?
Yep.
They're the sloppiest subs on the job. Yeah, we're giving you heck today, aren't we, electricians? That's right. I earned it, too. My father was an electrician. I've been around the electrical field all my life, and the first thing I do when my electrician showed up is I'd show them the broom. And I said, please use it by the time as you leave the job today. Use the broom. Seriously, they don't know how to clean up.
Our guys are good at it. Our subs are really good at it.
Good. I love you electricians. I think you're great people. Don't misunderstand me. I love them. That's a great career pathway, too. Do you like doing electrical work? That's an answer right there.
Not as much.
Why? You like plumbing better than electrical?
Yeah. I find electrical to just be not too much risk, but too much, I guess too much preparation, I guess you would say. Too many things that could go wrong. Like, I've seen these guys, and to run stuff to the panel, you have to have all of these different, your scenario is specific I'll put it this way. The scenario on the job site,
Right.
the task at hand is ever changing. It's never the same.
That's what I love about the trades. They're all different. Every day is a new day. What we're going to do today? You know, every job's different.
Yeah.
Never drive the same nail twice. I just love it. The career pathways are just absolutely, to me, amazing. They're fun, they're joyful, and every day's a new day. Every day. You never do the same job twice, typically. Yeah. And if you do, you're going to get off of it real quick because it becomes boring.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Were you an ADHD kid?
Yeah, I am.
You still are. Aren't
Not
you?
a bad thing, though.
No, it's
Not
a
a bad
gift.
thing.
ADHD is a gift. You're not on any meds either, are you? Well, no meds for Landon. ADHD is a gift. If your child has been diagnosed with ADHD and you take it like your child's sick, broke, less than, you got a problem. You need to change your way of thinking. It's a gift. It's a great gift. Every child on this planet was born a genius. Every one of them. You just got to find their avenue of approach and their avenue of genius. And once you tap into that, you tap into that creativity. And you like art?
Art?
Art.
I mean, you could say construction is an art.
It is an art. That's why I asked the question. It is an art. Yeah, carpentry. That's an art form, is it not?
It is.
Coping. That's part of an art form. Yeah.
Yep.
Because you put it together and it just works.
Yeah, it does.
It works. It's good stuff. Right. If Landon Fiel had anything inspirational to say today about you and your life and what you've accomplished at 18 years old, what would you say to that? That's a loaded question there, young man.
Don't live in the box. Don't just do what everybody else says to do. Don't just live for yourself. Do your own passion and love what you do. Don't chase money.
Don't chase money, love what you do. That's right. You're spot on. Unfortunately, we're not teaching that philosophy in school. We're teaching you. We've talked about a lot today about various trades, jobs, home improvement, remodeling, how this young man at 18 years old is dealing with his future. And it's really no different from your child or anyone out there searching for a way of life and a great opportunity. And the best opportunity you can find is within your own self and your abilities to act and to serve your fellow human. And now we need to figure out more ways to do that with love, respect, care. And regardless of what you might think of my actions and my voice on this program, a lot of people are very sensitive nowadays and take things personally. I'm not here to attack anyone or any career pathway. I'm not here to begrudge college only because it's not working. And when I say it's not working, it's not working. Because you go to college for an education to do what? Live your life productive, happy, and purpose-filled. Right?
Yeah.
If you don't get that when you come out of college, I'd say it's not working. That's what I'd say. It's not working, and it's not. So let's work on ways, spread love, spread joy, find a way to overcome the issues we have in our education system and the way we address future careers and pathways of our youth. We need it. We need dependability. We need people we can call for good service, good work, and authentic people that aren't trying to be something they're not. So find out what it is you want to do and go find it, go do it. Can you come back on the show sometime?
Absolutely.
And I'd like for you to bring your brother in cybersecurity. Is he a talker?
Relatively.
Relatively?
Relatively.
Where do you see your brother going?
I have a different stance on cybersecurity. I don't think it'll last very long. I think you'll get 10 years and then it'll be taken over by AI.
I think anything connected totally with computer and technology is AI associated, and it's of possibilities of being eliminated.
I agree.
So that's my point of view about cybersecurity. But it's definitely going to hang around because of the threats around, well, technology and security reasons.
Yep.
So.
I agree.
Well, next week we're going to have Floor Coverings International in studio. Going to talk about floors. That's right. Every house has floors and has something on that floor, be it concrete, be it LVP, luxury vinyl plank, hardwood flooring, engineered flooring, whatever the case may be. And Eric, I appreciate you coming. Eric, yes, your daddy. Landon, I appreciate you coming in today. And now go make it a great week. And like I said, next week, Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte crew. I don't know what's going to show up, but they're going to be here. They're also providing the flooring for one of the rooms up here at the Toolbox, supporting the Toolbox and all of our efforts around Put Tools in Schools. Support them like they support us. That's Floor Coverings International of Southeast Charlotte. Now go make it a great week. You're listening to right here about your house, Fox Sports Charlotte, every Saturday morning, 9 to 11 a.m. Fox Sports, download the free app, stream it live, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Every Tuesday, tune in for live broadcast streaming on all of our channels. So tune in next Saturday, Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Thank you, Landon. Appreciate it. You've been a great guest. I appreciate your input. 18-year-old. There we go.